What's up, guys? It's David coming at you from Organic Price Books with a very exciting first look kind of overview that we're going to be doing. Before we get started, guys, as always, if you want to be eligible to win a $25 gift card, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and check out our Whatnot
every single Wednesday.
Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to have one this Wednesday, so I'm excited for it. But I'm very, very excited for this. We got the recent release of The Boys hardcover book, as you can see here. We got the two special editions, or the two editions, which is the standard like this, and we got the signed one. So this is really, really cool, guys. I've been reading this book for the last couple of weeks, little by little, but man, it's a very cool story. If you watch the show, which I also am caught up as well, you know, it's kind of been building up, but let's take a look into that one here. Like I said, it's the front cover. So this one, as you can see, is the regular one. There you go. Now I guess the special edition is the same, but what you have on here is, you can see where it says on here signed, that it's signed.
All right, and let's open it up and show them who signed it.
Yes.
Because we thought it was just going to be Garth Ennis, but it was signed by two people.
That's right.
Ooh, wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. I got to cut that.
All right, so we're going to be looking at the signed edition, and this is really cool. JP was saying that we only thought it was going to be signed by one of the creators, but it looks like it is both. It's Garth Ennis and
Derek Robertson?
Yeah. So that's cool. That's included with the signed one.
So it's a short little card, kind of like the ones that you get in the back of a regular hardcover.
Yes.
You know, sealed. But so none of these are sealed. So people who say that we open your book and send it to it unsealed, they just didn't come sealed. All right. So just pay attention to that.
Yes.
And then let's show the spine. So the other, I think there's three. I think there's three. Oh yeah. So they're the same. There's 3 volumes coming out. The other 2 are coming out within 3 weeks, so you can get the entire collection within 3 weeks of this video.
That is right. Yes. So I have to try to finish all the rest of them before then. This is cool. I like the blood spatter, and you know, fair warning to everybody. I'm gonna do a real quick first look at it, and then I'm gonna do a spoiler, full of spoilers. Deep dive, because I have been reading it and it's still fresh in my mind and I want to get on there. But it is gory. It is an adult book, okay? Just bear in mind, if you've seen the show, you know what you're getting into, all right? So let's take a look. And I like this, and it looks like it is part of the actual spine of the book, so you don't really pull this out. It just stays in there. Very cool. I like that. You got Butcher right there. So I'm going to do like just a quick, just kind of preview for it, for those who have not read it and want to. Just kind of watch this. I'm just going to give you like a quick just overview of it, and then I will go ahead and deep dive and you know, just tell you the entire story and you know, break it down for you so that you know. All right. So I'm just going to keep going. As you can see, the paper it's pretty thin, but it is a more glossy type of paper, so it does feel nice in the fingers, like it's easy to turn. It doesn't feel like paper, like some of the Omnis that you can feel like it's paper. This is more glossy, so I like that. And let's see what extras are in the back. Okay, so it looks like you get a lot of the covers. Alternate cover, there you go. Terror right there. Little hamster, if you know, you know. Oh. Okay, and it gives you a little biography of all the, basically the main characters, as well as the superheroes, so that's cool, like the 7 and all that. And I like that a lot. It's almost like it's a dossier from the CIA, you know, showing you the different characters and what their abilities are and all that. You got also this kind of like story panel book. Again, guys, this is a very adult book. There's going to be things in there that, you know, you wouldn't want your mother to see and you wouldn't want your daughters to see. That's really cool. Okay. There's some really cool stuff in there. Okay, let's take a look. This is more like a story breakdown, which is really cool. And, you know, if you guys like the show, It does deviate quite a bit from it. If you've read the comics, it does deviate quite a bit. So look at this. Hardcover Omnibus Volume 1. So this is considered an omnibus. They're calling it an omnibus. Okay, so this is Volume 1. All right, there you go. So that is the spoiler-free version. So now we're going to go ahead and dive into it again and get ready to be spoiled. So if you have not read it, go ahead and just stop the video. Thanks for joining us and leave. All right, now for everybody else who stayed, you have probably either started it already or know about it or watched the show. You got a lot of very graphic scenes like this one, as you can see there. You got our main man Butcher, of course, and you know his dog Terror, and we all know, of course, our friend Huey, which if you remember in the show and here, basically his girlfriend gets ripped in front of him, or killed in front of him by superheroes fighting, and he basically goes on a vendetta to get revenge. And then, of course, one of the persons that killed him is A-Train from the Seven. So they're basically like the Justice League or the Avengers of this world, so they can't be touched. So there's, he really has no hope of getting any sort of revenge by himself. But then here comes Butcher, which kind of sees his story and decides to go ahead and bring him into the fold to his operations of, making sure these superheroes pay for what they do. You also get introduced to, of course, the other characters in here, which is for the Frenchman, or Frenchie as he calls them. You also get, they just call her the girl. And then if you've seen the show, it is basically the girl that later comes on. They find her, so they kind of give you a little background on her in the show, but in the comics she's already part of the group. Like, she's been there, the Frenchman as well, and he basically makes him an offer. Hey, I know you suffered a huge blow and you want to get revenge, and you know what, we're here for it. My name is Butcher, I'm going to help you out. So there's Mother's Milk. As you know, he's also a badass. So and then here you go, you meet, of course, Starlight, and you meet Homelander. And if you remember the scene from Starlight when she first joins the Seven, or when she shows up, something happens to her. Well, the same thing happened here, but it's more Homelander. And look at this. This is really good. Like, the color on this is really nice. Look, you can see like where he has like a tan. So they really took the time to make the colors really pop in this, and it looks really, really good. I really enjoy that. There is no page number at the bottom. But as you can see here, then all the other guy heroes as well get ready to, or line up for her. So again, it's kind of just showing you the gritty, dark side of like something like, let's say, a superhero team, where you just see, oh, they're superheroes, they're great, they're wonderful, but everybody has something that's always not a bad thing, but it's always like, not everything is always as shiny as it looks. So it kind of dives into that kind of world where superheroes are just, egotistical maniacs, and then he's basically keeping them in check. So another difference from the book and the show is that here the Seven don't know about Butcher, but in the comic book they do. Like, they know who he is. Like, the Seven, Homelander talks about him, so he already knows who he is. And then Huey got the Compound V inserted into him. Again, very adult stuff. Got the Compound V injected into him, so he would give him powers early on to be able to fight the as you can see right there, the superheroes at their own level. So that's also a different take from the show, which in the show, right now we're on season 3 that we're at, is when he finally does get that power boost. And then the relationship, of course, with him, if in the show, if you remember, Butcher was part of the CIA beforehand, but right now he's like his own unit. He's not really part of the actual government, but in this one, he actually does have the backing of the U.S. government, or the CIA, to take care of superhero problems. So that's also very different from the show, where he's more of a rogue kind of agent on that. Here, then there's definitely more heroes teams that they know or that they fight. As you can see here, Huey kills, I think it's called nicks or something like that, or kicks for something like that. He kills him, and basically a mouse or a gerbil comes out of his behind, and they keep the gerbil like a pet. So that's very, whoa, it kind of just shows, especially if you think about it, people with powers like that, it would just go to their head and they would just do whatever they wanted, and how far would they go? You get to meet, of course, I believe they call him like the legend or something like that, and he kind of knows everything about all the superheroes. This is a really cool little storyline that about this guy named Tech Knight, and basically he's like the Batman of that world, a millionaire that uses technology. He has a little sidekick, but he also has a very, very deep psychological issues with doing things that he shouldn't do. And if you know what I'm talking about. And basically they're investigating him for the murder of somebody that was thrown from the roof, and how it plays with his sidekicks and all that. So that's really cool. I like that that little like hint towards Batman and his not only his powers, which is none, he just has money, but also the fact that he had young boys as his sidekicks for such a long time. So it gives that relationship more of a side glance, like, oh. But yeah, they basically kind of all they have powers. Basically, they're able to fight him and stop him and kick his butt. As you can see here, of course, he gets whooped. So that's definitely different from the show. And then they explore the aspect. It goes into the whole thing with when they go into Russia to find out what's going on with a woman named Nina, and that's also actually kind of where it's going to right now in the show as well. So right now you're basically, I think it's like we're in chapter I believe 6 or 7. Well, let me take a look. We're like in number 10 if I'm not mistaken, or part 3. We're basically in part 3, and in the show, season 3 is just dipping its toe into that. So that's very very different from the book and from the show. And I'm going to tell you. So then blah blah blah. Let's take a look. Right about here is where I'm at. So I'm actually currently reading right here. I remember this because I remember this cover. So I still have quite a bit to go, guys. But as you can see, it does differentiate quite a bit from the show. You definitely get more of their investigative patterns and methods in the book. As for the show focuses more on the relationships that they have and how they create that, and then you also get to see more of the heroes and their relationships, because right now Huey hasn't even really met Starlight yet. He brushed up against her in a park, and in the show, of course, by the first season, I believe they're already dating or something like that. So yes, so the show and the book definitely differentiate, but you can definitely see where some of the storylines and characters are heavily influenced by the book. And it's very interesting to see that taken from here and then go into the big screen. I definitely like who they picked for Huey better than this one. The Mother's Milk, they got the perfect person for that. I think they make a great choice. Butcher, I actually prefer the actor better. Very cool. He definitely portrays him and goes above and beyond. I really enjoy that. The Frenchman and the girl, also very good picks. I actually like the Frenchman. He's really funny in the show, and I think that they picked a really good cast to create this team that you see in the books. I am definitely looking forward to seeing some more of what the book has in the show. There's definitely some resurrections, as you can see earlier, and the hero team's fighting. Remember the airplane scene? They have it here, of course. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it is very, very. It doesn't hold back, and that's what I like about the boys, the show and the comic book. It does not hold back. It will show you everything in detail, all the deaths, all the gore, all the nudity. It just puts it in front of you and does not shy away, which is kind of what the boys is about. It's about the if there were really people with powers, they would definitely be up to no good. Nobody's perfect, and as we know, you know, any sort of power that a person has can go to their head and can make them corrupt, and this kind of just puts it in the aspect of superheroes, which we all love, and makes it seem, what if, you know, if it were really like that, this is some of the messed up stuff they would do. And I highly agree with it. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that anybody with power like that would definitely do some unethical and highly illegal things. And the book portrays or follows that. Like JP said, this is volume 1. We're going to be basically getting 1 volume per week, right, JP?
Yep.
1 volume per week. So this is 1. We're going to get volume 2. We're going to get volume 3. And if you have not read it, I definitely recommend it. I am enjoying it so far. The art style I had to get used to it. So I'm, of course, as you know, guys know, we got a lot of really good artists and different companies from DC, Marvel, and all that. So we're very, very how are we saying, spoiled with our options for artists and such. So Huey, or like some of the different character designs on it, it took me some getting used to, because I'm like, ugh, like I wouldn't have gone with that. But of course, that's what the artists wanted, and that's what they went with. So, you know, it takes a little bit getting used to, but now I'm like really enjoying it, because it fits the story. They're very, you know, realistic designs. Not everybody's a perfect model looking thing, and the characters themselves are not very, some of them are ugly, some of the designs are very humble, I want to say. No, you know, very realistic. So it definitely portrays that well, especially with the book being so honest to what the effects of power would do without, you know, holding back for it. So that's cool. It takes getting used to it, but I'm enjoying it now. Like I said, we're gonna get volume 2 and 3 in the coming weeks. So I gotta read as much as I can, so I can also give you a deep dive of volume 2. And I'm really enjoying it. I highly recommend it. But again, it is a very, very, very adult themed book. Just make sure that you are prepared for it, prepared for the gore, the nudity, the sex, the drugs, all that stuff. Okay, and it's gonna hit hard. It's gonna be like a slap to the face if you're not used to that stuff. But again, story's worth it. I highly recommend it. If you see the show, then you already know kind of what you're gonna get, so you don't have to worry about it. But get the book. We have, like I said, the standard edition and then the signed edition available at Organic Price Books. Is the other one's gonna be signed as well, JP?
Yeah, each one's gonna have signed and unsigned.
That is really cool. So again, let me show you that real quick to finish off the video. The signed by Garth Ennis, and that's really cool. It's Butcher. It's in black and white, and it looks really cool. So we're gonna have all 3 of them with the signatures like that. If you're a collector, if you like the boys, then get it at Organic Price Books, and I will see you guys in the next one.